Good morning. Today I want to share with you Psalm 119, verse 105, which says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." When I read that verse this morning, I couldn't help but think of how many times God has made things clear to me, kind of like shining a light in front of you so you could see where you're going, what's in front of you, what's next. And I have been journaling for well over 10 years, probably, but my style of journaling, the way I write, has changed. In the beginning, it would be more just writing a verse down and what I thought that verse meant. But it has become so much more personal to me now, in that, in my journal, I first will write down a praise and then my prayer requests. And then I'd start doing my devotions and kind of listen for what verse God is speaking to me through. And I will write down a verse and then just say what I feel God is saying to me about that verse. And sometimes I'll even write down a quote that I'll see in one of my devotionals, or something that somebody says if it's a video. And I know I've shared those sometimes. And today in the one devotional, the person said about how there is a difference between talking to God and talking with God. When we talk to God, it's kind of like a monologue. It's just you talk. But when you talk with God, that is true conversation, because you're talking, but then you're listening and waiting for Him to talk to you and to speak to you. That is our goal, to have that conversation with God so He can make things clear to us. So I just wanted to encourage you today that if you're not reading your Bible and you're not praying, I encourage you to do it, because by reading and by praying, God is able to make things clear to you. He can speak to your heart. When I say God speaks to me, it's not usually an audible voice, although sometimes He speaks so loudly in my head that it sounds audible. I kind of like, did anybody else hear that? But other times it's just that this is what I'm sensing in my spirit. But allow God to speak to you. Listen for Him. Don't just speak to Him. Don't pray to Him and not take that time to be quiet and see what He wants to say to you. God bless.